Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for taking time to join today's training as well. We are on a day two of alternative dispute resolution, and we started a journey on Tuesday. Yesterday we had a break, and so we have resumed fully. So I want to thank all of you that have registered for this course, and I know that at the end of the training, you're going to have wonderful experiences. You're going to learn something that will transform lives and all of that. So, transform careers and help you, empower you to resolve conflicts in your businesses, in your family, in workplaces, and everywhere. So, I want to appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of today's training as well. It's going to be an awesome time for us to have great time together. So my name once again is Ambassador Tahuli Joshua. I'm the registrar of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, and I'm also your instructor here. At least for this 1 month, I'm your instructor, and we'll be having a journey together as we progress. So I want to sincerely appreciate all of you for joining today's training as well. And today, we like I said, we started looking at something alternative dispute resolution. So, and I hope you have not forgotten what we say is alternative dispute resolution. And I hope you did not forget what we say is dispute resolution. All right. I hope you did not also forget the various types of alternative dispute or dispute resolution. All right. It may not be alternative, but all the types of dispute resolution that we'll talk about because we talk about litigation. All right. So litigation may not necessarily be an alternative because litigation may be what normally people use to resolve conflicts. Do you understand? But when we talk about alternative now, we're looking at other means that people use to resolve conflict other than going to court. All right. And so we talk about mediation, we talk about negotiation, we talk about arbitration. All right. Maybe we'll also be looking at conflict resolution. Maybe we'll come to a point where we look at reconciliation. All right. Or conciliation. Maybe we'll come to that point where we'll look at all those uh, concepts as well. So, like it's always um, a part of us. If you join the training, you share it with someone and share it on your wall so that others can also see what is going on here and also take advantage to be part of this free training. It's free, so there's no need why you don't want to share it with someone. Even if the person doesn't have money, they can participate. So it's because it's free. So encourage others to learn. By the time we have so many people that have knowledge in alternative dispute resolution, they can solve problem on their own. It's not everything that we rush to court and go and spend money. They will have the skills that they can resolve conflicts on their own and save their money and save their resources. All right. So that is why we should share it with people out there. Let them also be part of the training. All right. So today we are going to look at the unit 2 of module 1 that was started. All right. Unit 2 of module 1 that we started working on. And so some of you are already asking for manual already. I don't know why you're asking for manual. I may not even give you manual till we finish the training. So it's better for you to join the training. Or I will give you manual after 2 weeks. Maybe that's what I would do. I'll give you manual after 2 weeks. So don't just zero yourself that there's no manual. So join training and be part of the training, the class. So after 2 weeks, I'll give you the first manual. That's what we'll cover within the 2 weeks. And then I will give you another 2 weeks after we finish the training, and then the whole manual will be given to you. So, Unit 2 is principles and theories of alternative dispute resolution. We're looking at the principles and theories of alternative dispute resolution. Are there theories that support alternative dispute resolution? Are there principles that guide the operation of alternative dispute resolution? Are there principles that guide our operation? You know, one thing, even as a man, if you don't have principles, your progress is very, very difficult. So, as a field of discipline, Do we have principles that support alternative or principles that guide the operation or the application of alternative dispute resolution? This is what we're looking at. All right. So, unit one, unit two, and then part one, we're going to look at understanding the principles of alternative dispute resolution. Understanding what the principle of alternative dispute resolution. So we are talking about the principles, understanding the principle of alternative dispute resolution, is essential for effective navigating and facilitating of dispute resolution outside of the traditional court of law. Do you understand? So now, what are those principles that we are going to look at? What are those principles that guide the operation, the application, and the utilization of alternative dispute resolution? One is voluntariness, right? Voluntariness, all right? That is, alternative dispute resolution is voluntary. It's not done by coercion. It's not done by force. It's not done by compulsion. You not force anybody into it. People go into it willingly, on their own, voluntarily. Do you understand? Nobody force you into it. You decide. You collaborate on it. You say, let's seek for an arbitrator. Let's seek for a mediator. Let's seek for a negotiator. Or let's negotiate. Do you understand? That's what we're talking about. Let's negotiate. Let's solve our own problem. It's voluntary. That's number one principle. Is what? Voluntary. So this encourages a collaborative atmosphere where parties are more likely to be committed to the outcome. That is, you work together towards the outcome. You put in all your effort to make sure that the outcome is a win-win outcome. It's not something that you go to court where the court make a declaration and then a winner and a loser is established. No. Here, you are so concerned with the outcome, so much so that you don't want to just win alone. You want someone also to win. So it creates a win-win outcome. Do you understand? So that's why we say it's voluntary. You go into it willingly. Nobody forces you into it. That's number one principle. Number two principle is confidentiality, secrecy. Confidential, that is, it is highly confidential. And so if you must go into it, then you must zip up your mouth. All right? You must learn how to keep quiet and keep silent. You must learn how to keep secrets. It's not everything that you reveal. You just tell somebody what you want to hear, but the main thing, you keep it. You keep secret. Confidentiality. And some of you as civil servants, you know when a document is termed confidential, then you know what it means. It's a very important and vital document, all right? A very important and vital file that must be protected, that must be guided. Do you understand? So ATR processes are typically private, privacy, all right? And the information shared during the process is not disclosed publicly. It's not disclosed what? Publicly. It's not the court of law that every transaction is done in the public. Whatever transpired is already in the open. Everybody knows what happened. Once a court judgment is declared, you don't need someone, don't call anybody, just wait. Very soon the news media will tell you. Do you understand? All the social media bloggers, they will tell you what has happened in court. You don't need to. But in alternative dispute resolution, one of the principles that guide the operation alternative dispute resolution is confidentiality, privacy. You understand? So, and how is this important? This confidentiality is important because it fosters what open communication and allows parties to discuss sensitive issues without fear of repercussion. There's no any form. That is, you communicate open. That is encourages. When I say open communication, I'm talking about honest communication, honesty. You say your sincere mind. You say what people call your church mind. You say it without hiding anything. Do you understand? You open up your mind. You say the truth without being afraid of any repercussion. That's what confidentiality means. Do you understand? So, alternative dispute resolution, one of the principles that guide this operation is confidence. So if you're going to it, you must be a person that love privacy, that a person that enjoy secrecy. If you do not, if you're somebody that is so loquacious and they have mouth diarrhea that you cannot keep quiet, just don't go into it, because you go and say something that you are not supposed to say. Then another principle is what? Informality. Informality. Because you agree with me that we talked about formality yesterday when we were talking about litigation, which is filing a case in a court of law. There are procedures and processes that you have to follow. And that's why some people are being defeated on technical issues in the court of law. Why? Because the processes were not well and duly followed. So when the court case is in press, they discovered that because the process was not duly followed, they lost out, because judgment was declared against them because of process. So, but here in ADR, the process is what? Informal. All right. It's usually less formal than court proceedings with fewer procedures rules. All right. So it has fewer procedural rules that you can follow. Do you understand? So, the informality can reduce anxiety. The informality can do what? Reduce anxiety and create a more comfortable environment for the parties involved. So nobody is under tension. Nobody is under, when you have to go to a court of law, you're also wondering what may be, or whether they are doing the right thing or not. You are not just sure. Do you understand? So, but here, nobody cares. You just go one or two things you do, and then you are done. So nobody is under any form of tension. Nobody is going to be knocked out under technicality. That is, nobody is not here. We discuss the merit of the issue, not technicalities. All right. Here we discuss the merit of the issue and not what? Technicalities. So that's what it means. So we talk about flexibility. Another principle that guide alternative dispute resolution is what? Flexibility. The process is what? Flexible. That is, the ADR process can be tailored to fit the specific needs and circumstances of the parties, not necessarily the court proceedings, like you must follow the procedures. No, that's not what it is. Here, you are defining the process to fit your need. If it's the court, the court may say, okay, all the parties must appear in the court by 9, or must be seated before this court by 9 a.m. Do you understand? But in ADR, there may be adjustment. Oh, okay, 9, I may not be available by 9. I have something to do by 9 a.m. Can we fix it around 11 or 12? Do you understand? And then you agree based on that. But if it were the court of law, the decision is final. You have to appear before the court by 9 a.m. So you don't have any argument. No argument, no argument. Do you understand? Court has declared and decreed, so you have to come. But in ADR, you can seek for flexible timing that fits you, your needs. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. So flexibility is one of the principles that guide the operation of the ADR. So this flexibility allows for creative solutions that may not be available in a rigid legal framework. Do you understand? It may not be available, then it may not be available at all in a rigid what legal framework. Yeah. Because what the court says is final. Adjournment. The court do adjournment for how many months? 3 months, and then you keep quiet. But in ADR, if we say tomorrow we are going to meet again, we'll meet again. If we are to meet every day until the matter is resolved, we'll continue to meet. And if someone say, and next month, you can say no, 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 no. Next month is too far. Let's settle it, so that let's try and finish this problem. Do you understand? And then you settle it. So flexibility is another principle that guides the operation of ADR. They will talk about focus on interest. Focus on what? Interest. So ADR emphasizes the underlying interests and needs of the parties rather than just their legal positions. You understand? What is the interest? What's the need here? Nobody's focusing on the interest, on the legal position of the matter, but we are focusing on what is our need. What is our need? What do we want? What is our expectation? What's our interest? Do you understand? That's what matters the most. It's not what the law says, but what is the need? What is your need? What is my need? We are the parties to the conflict here. So what is your need? What's my own need? Let's discuss it and find a common ground for ourselves. You understand? That's what it means. So we talk about speed and efficiency. Speed and efficiency is also another principle that guide the operation of ADR. ADR is very speedy on a higher frequency of, alacrity. That's the kind of speed that you take to resolve matters. Is uncontestable. You cannot just, that is, if you want to settle your problem now, you can settle it without delay. That is, nobody is telling you, you know, in the court of, although in ADR also pay, you will also pay fees to some, there are some fees that you pay. Do you understand? But in a legal situation, they want so many adjournments so that they can continue to receive court appearances. I'm sorry for those of you that are legal professionals and practitioners. Yeah, sometimes, but it's not your fault. You're only doing your job. All right, so it's your job. So, and you are your entitlement so far as the job is concerned. Those are your entitlements. All right, so you can enjoy from it. But the court prolong issues. Why? ADR cut the issue short. Not that it gives you substandard, but it helps you to attend to your need without necessarily wasting on time unnecessary. Do you understand? So you don't waste unnecessary time. You go to the matters that matter. Because you are not going to seek for any too much evidence here. We will talk about the issue of discovery yesterday, which is also considered to be one of the disadvantages of, because there's nothing to discover, there's no evidence to go and find. We just discuss the matter as it appears and settle it. Nobody's going to say you must tender evidence here or tender evidence here. But if there's a place where evidence is needed, which is where normally in arbitration you can see it, but it's also not it is not a must do. It is not just depending on the evidence to pronounce judgment. It's based on your needs, what you are looking at in the arbitration or in the process of the ADR. Then another principles that we also see at work in ADR is neutrality. Neutrality, all right? You must be neutral. That's what it promotes neutrality. A third party, that is a mediator or arbitrator, You must not take sides. You must maintain a stand of neutrality. You must be in the middle. When you want to separate people, you don't hold someone at the back. You come in between and give way. Sir, have you ever tried to separate somebody when you hold someone at the back and then another person is hitting the person that you are holding? Do you understand? Sometimes hit and even hit you that you are trying to separate the person. So, but if you come in between, you separate, they go their separate way, and what happened? Nobody hit anybody. You understand? That's what it means. So in neutrality. So sometimes when you go to separate a fight and you hold someone behind, you are dragging the person and someone is beating, it's as if you are taking side. That's you are indirectly you are supporting the other person. And that's why sometimes you also get a fight from the person you are holding. Why are you holding me? Do you understand? So that's what I mean. So neutrality is key in ATR. You must be a neutral third party. You must not take side. You must not show any interest in anybody. Just be interested to make sure that the parties involved solve their own problem. That's what matters the most. So why is the importance of neutrality? It helps to ensure what? It helps to ensure fairness and impartiality. Otherwise, you come and begin to show element of partiality. Do you understand? And it may not augur way with the other party involved in the conflict. Are we together? I hope you are following and I hope you are understanding. So if we join this meeting, like we say, share it with someone, share it on your wall, let others see it and also be part of this meeting. It's very important. All right. So that's what we say. Share it, let others see and also be part of it. So the last one principles that we're going to discuss here is empowerment. What? Empowerment. ADR processes empower parties to take control of the resolution process and outcomes, right? So the parties involved in the conflict are empowered to take their own decision, right? They are empowered to take their own what? Decision. Nobody is taking decision for them. Nobody's taking decision for them. They take their own decisions. They are empowered to take their own decision. Do you understand? That's what the parties in conflicts are being helped to achieve. They are empowered to take their own decision. So these principles collectively promote a more collaborative, efficient, and satisfactory means of resolving what? Disputes. So whenever you are considering to deploy the instrumentality of ADR, then look at these principles. They must be in place, all right, for you to be able to have a satisfactory outcome in the process of resolving conflicts. I don't know whether we are on the same page. So can we summarize what we have said? Can we summarize the principles? Maybe you should just mention one that you understand, even if the last one that I say, just mention it. Is it empowerment you have gotten? Is it neutrality that you have gotten? You understand? Or which one do you get? So you mentioned them, right? We talk about informality, right? We talk about flexibility. We talk about focus on interest. We talk about what speed and efficiency. These are the principles we are talking about here. We talk about voluntariness. Do you understand? Confidentiality. So I hope you do not forget. Let me mention them again before we proceed. One, volunteering. All right, it's voluntary, voluntariness. Number two, confidentiality. Number three is what? Number three is informality. That is no too much formal procedures to be followed. Flexibility, all right? And it focus on interest more than on the position of the law. you understand? Speed and efficiency. Then we'll talk about neutrality. We'll talk about empowerment. It empowers the parties involved to take their own, to be in control, to be in charge of the process. That is, the parties to conflict are in charge of the process. They are discussing and providing solutions to the problem by themselves, not the individual mediating. You understand? So I hope we understand ourselves now. I hope we are together now. And I hope you understand it. All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward. We have the theories behind ADR processes. What are the theories behind alternative dispute resolution processes that helps to explain the underlying mechanisms and approaches that facilitate effective conflict resolution? What are those theories? Are there theories backing this? Are there theories that support ADR processes? Let's examine some of the theories, all right? Some of the these theories are things that you are conversant with, but let's just examine them briefly and then have a deeper understanding. Maybe some of you may not even know that this is a theory. You understand? But let's look at one, negotiation theory. Negotiation what? Theory. We have one of the theories what? Negotiation theory. How many of you knew that there's something called negotiation theory? I hope you are hearing it. Some of you are hearing it for the first time, right? Negotiation theory. This theory studies the strategies and tactics employed by parties during negotiation. All right. So what this theory focuses on are the strategies and the tactics we use in negotiation. You know, for instance, now let me give you one of the tactics that we use. For instance, you go to the shop, you want to go and buy something, and then they say, okay, this is 500 naira, and then you say, what? This small thing, 500 naira? Haba now, haba. How can you say this? How can you say this is 500 naira? Is it not something that I bought in another place here and 300 naira or 200 naira? You understand? It's a tactics. It's a strategy. You are trying to downgrade and devalue what that person is selling, simply because you want to buy it at an affordable price. So you degrade it, you downgrade it, you castigate it, just because you want to buy it at a cheaper rate. What you are doing is a tactics, we call it, it's a strategy in negotiation. I don't know if they understand. So this is what theory, this is what this theory is focusing on. This theory is focusing on this because it wants to, you know, it wants to get the most out of the situation. So theory study the tactics, the strategies that you put in place in the negotiation process. So we have some key concepts that we look at when it comes to negotiation process or theory. Let's look at one of those key concepts is integrative bargaining. Integrative bargaining. How do you bargaining? How do you bargain in this kind of situation? We are talking about integrative bargaining process. It focuses on collaboration to find a win-win what solution that satisfy the interests of both parties. That is, you are not just based on your own interests, but you are also putting the interests of the other party into perspective, and then you channel and chat a way that produce a win-win result for all of you. Do you understand that are involved in the process? So that's what it means. It's called what? Integrative bargaining. The interest is to find a win-win what solution. You bargain to make sure that everybody wins. I can shock you, you may downgrade this guy. This guy that you are downgrading his own product. We will also tell you that, you see, this product you see here is not China made. This product you see here is is German product. It's ordered from Germany. Do you understand? This is not China. Do you understand? So the seller also is trying to tell you something that you will come. So after you downgrade the finish, he will tell you the quality of what he's selling. Do you understand? And he will tell you where it comes from. He will tell you it's not China. This is German. This is German. This is Japan. This is Japan product. It's original. So you have downgraded. He raised his own quality to a level that. So these are the taxes. But at the end of the day, people discuss, and until you get to a level whereby you also you will not feel cheated when you buy it, and then also the seller also did not feel cheated when he says his product. Do you understand? That's what we're talking about here. So we'll talk about distributive bargaining. This is another concept in negotiation theory. We'll talk about integrative what bargaining. We are talking about distributive bargaining. What does this mean? It involves competitive strategies where parties aim to maximize their gain at the expense of the other. Integrative bargaining ensure that there's a win-win outcomes. But distributive bargaining ensure that I win, you lose. That is, I will deploy all the strategies I have to make sure that I win. So that when I buy finish, I was saying, I really buy this thing cheap. Oh. I was thinking, when the guy started, I think, I really buy this cheap. Oh. Do you understand? And that's what you also see in the court of law. All right, the court of law, and sometimes you see it in the business environment. So where somebody is trying to just outsmart another, or you see it in a racing situation. People that are racing, this is a race to win over others. You understand? So that's what it means. Or in a football match, people put 6-3-5 defense. Do you understand? 2 and 3-4. I don't. Some people play defensive midfield or defend the defensive game. Some play attacking game. All are strategies to win. It's a distributive bargaining. So it may not be that kind of what I'm talking about, but it may not. I'm just giving you an aspect that you are conversant with, things that you see, things that you watch yourself and discuss by yourself. But when it comes to maybe international trade, when it comes to bilateral relationship or multilateral relationship, that's at advanced level of diplomatic relationship and discussions. Do you understand? Where people want to win and then make the other person lose. Case study. Should I give you case study? Ministry of Education versus Benin Republic. Federal government of Nigeria, Benin Republic. A recent issue that pronounced all the universities in Benin Republic fake and only 5 are acceptable. What does that mean to you? To end educational, you know, so let's not go deep into it, but you understand what I'm talking about, all right? Because we have so many Nigerians are going there to go and acquire education, and government is looking for a way to stop it, and they are not finding it. Come up with something. Bargaining, distributive bargaining. So it's a matter of diplomatic issue. It's a diplomatic problem. Do you understand? It's a diplomatic problem. It's a diplomatic issue. Conflict at the international relations, at the international community, at international level. Bargaining. I think there was a committee that was set by both these countries and Nigerian government that they came. And you saw the outcome, right? Distributive bargaining. Win and the other person lose. Do you understand? So Nigerian government won, right? But it creates another bilateral relationship problems. Do you understand? It creates another, it's open door for another problem or entirely. Maybe it may surface in the future times to come. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. So we are talking about negotiation theory. I hope people are not confused. Negotiation theory, and we have two key important concepts in negotiation theory, which is what integrative bargaining and distributive bargaining. We say that integrated bargaining is a situation whereby the parties involved discuss and negotiate in such a way that each and every party wins. Do you understand? But when it comes to distributive bargaining, the parties are competing against each other and making sure that one wins over another. That is, I win, another person lose. Do you understand? That's what these two terms means. And you find them under what we call negotiation theory. And this theory we say is deals with what it studies the tactics, the strategies, the techniques that the parties use in negotiation. I hope we understand this theory now. Can we move to another theory? All right, we are moving to another theory, which is mediation theory. Most of us never knew that there's something called mediation theory, but you're hearing it here now. You may hear about mediation, but you don't know that there's a theory that supports this, right? So today you know. So we are here to learn. And if you are enjoying what you are learning here, share it with someone. Also, let the person also get to know and join and learn as well. It's very important, very vital. So mediation theory. Mediation involves a neutral third party who helps facilitate discussion and negotiation between disputants. You understand? So what you are studying here, you are studying the instrument that stand in between, all right? The instrument that stand in between the two, all right? All right, so let's take these are two parties fighting together. So if I stand, this one is standing in the middle. Do you understand? This one standing in the middle, separating the two. So, like, okay, what we are saying is that this one that is standing in the middle is facilitating discussion between this and this, helping them to have a kind of conversation that will lead them to a solution to their problem. But they are taking charge. They are taking charge of their conversation. That's what we say that one of the principles in ADR is what it empowers the parties involved in conflict to be in control of the process. Do you understand? So it empowers the parties to, you know, negotiate in such a way that they come out with result that benefits all of them. So what are the key concepts in mediation theory? What are the key concepts in mediation theory? One, facilitative mediation. Facilitative what? Mediation. The mediator help parties communicate and explore solutions without directing the outcomes. That is, you are not focusing on the outcome per se. You are focusing on the process that leads you to the outcome. Do you understand? That's your focus, not on the outcomes, but is on the process that guides you to the outcomes. Do you understand? That's what the facilitator is going to help you to achieve. Facilitative what? Mediation. So the mediator here, his job is to help you to have a conversation that guides you to a result, to outcomes, not the outcome itself that matter, but the process that gets you to the outcome, facilitate the process, guide discussion and conversation that takes you to the end of that discussion. And then we talk about evaluative mediation. Evaluative what? Mediation. The mediator provides opinions on the merits of the case, guiding parties towards a resolution based on legal standards. Listen now. The mediator provides what? Opinions on the merits of the case, guiding parties towards a resolution based on legal standard. Now, maybe the parties are ignorant of what the law says concerning a particular matter. Maybe they are about to enter into agreement, but they don't know the position of the law concerning the matter. The agreement is taking place out of court. Do you understand? And somebody is helping them to reach that agreement, and they don't know the position of the law. So in this case, the mediator here, we provide, give an opinion of the legal position or standard that surrounds the matter they are trying to reach an agreement. Do you understand? For instance, now you want to sell your land, and then the buyer is here to buy the land. You are going to enter into agreement concerning that piece of land, but you don't know what land, what the property laws or whatever land laws, whatever says. You don't know land use act. You don't know what the law says. You are just as ignorant as anybody. You just have the land you want to say. Do you understand? So, but somebody is in between you that maybe is a legal practitioner, is in between you here now. He will not provide the position of what the law says. Or you are about to pay rent, and then there is a tenancy, maybe agreement or something, or maybe drafted by the lawyer so that you know the position of what the law says. Do you understand? Something like that. So we call that in what? Evaluative mediation. That is, you provide opinion, not that you are going to influence anything, no, but you are just telling them that this is the position of the Lord so far as this matter is concerned. Do you understand? So when you are making your own decision, make sure that you do not go against this law or what this the position of the law, what the law says. So we call that in evaluative mediation. Can I summarize now? We are talking about mediation theory. I say it is focused on the study of the third party that facilitates discussion, all right, in conflict, right? And then we say that there are two key concepts that are involved in mediation theory. We talk about what? We talk about facilitative mediation. Facilitative mediation. What does this do? The mediator help to facilitate discussion, all right, that help the parties involved to discuss and, you know, take initiative that leads them to the outcome. That is, they are not focusing on the outcomes. Now, when we talk about evaluative mediation, we say that the mediator here provides an opinion on the matter so far as it has to do with some legal standards. So it's just calling the attention of the parties involved that now that you want to take decision concerning this matter, this is the position of the law. I just want you to know that this is what the law says so that you will not make mistakes. That's what is, but it's not influencing the decision. Do you understand? Of what the parties are going to bring out. I don't know whether you are following me. Are you learning something? If you are learning something, that is good. All right. So that's fine. So let's proceed. So far as you are learning something, I'm okay with that. So let's look at arbitration theory. Arbitration theory. Arbitration what? Theory. Arbitration is a process where a neutral arbitrator makes what? A binding decision on the disputes. Are you getting the difference now? Arbitration is a process where a neutral arbitrator makes a binding decision. He makes a binding decision on the dispute. And he can take decisions, he can influence one thing or the other. You understand? So let's look at some of the key concepts here. Finality and binding nature. Finality and binding nature. Do you understand? Binding nature. Finality and binding nature. That is, arbitral awards are usually final and enforceable in court, promoting certainty. Promoting what? Certainty. That is, once the arbitrator announced and pronounced an award, it remains final. And this can be enforceable in the court of law. If you take it, the matter, say you want to go and maybe appeal in the court of law, it will be welcome. But so far as the judgment of the arbitrator is concerned, it's time until the court of law maybe overturns it. Otherwise, it is enforceable. That is if their word is enforceable. Do you understand? Based on the arbitrator's pronouncement. We talk about selection of arbitrators. Selection of what? Arbitrators. The choice of arbitrators can significantly influence the outcome, emphasizing the importance of neutrality and expertise. So once you want to choose your arbitrator, it must be someone who have experience and expertise in that field, and someone who can maintain neutrality, someone you can, you know, you know, uh, you can play place surety on his integrity and his character. That's you are not his character is not questionable. Someone who is not um, so that can compromise easily. Somebody who have character defection and deformation. You understand? So you are not looking at that. You are looking at someone who is solid in character, someone who can not bend no matter what. Because there are some people that when money comes, money is changing, and now they begin to bend up and down, bend and bend to a point that their backbone break. You understand? Because of bending, because of money, bend too much. So that is arbitration theory, all right? Talk about key concepts. We talk about finality and binding nature of the arbitrator. We talk about also talk about selection of arbitrators or matters, all right? So let's look at transformative mediation. Transformative what? Mediation. Transformative mediation. This approach aims to transform the relationship between the parties rather than just resolving the dispute. No, you do not just solve the problem, but you also make them to even go as friends, continue to be business partners. You solve problem and then make them to continue as business partners. You solve problem and make them to continue as husband and wife. You do not just solve the problem and then marriage. No, you unite and make the relationship become strong. That is you do not just solve the problem, but you strengthen relationship. You call it transformative theory. You may study something about transformation of conflict. That is conflict or transformation. It's an advanced way of resolving conflict. That is turning a negative situation into a positive one. Do you understand? So let's look at key concepts here. Key concept in transformative mediation is empowerment. Parties are encouraged to take control of their situation and decision making. So you encourage this matter, so far as it's concerned, is your matter. You understand? So far as this matter is concerned, is your matter. So you take charge. You have to make decision that you feel you're okay. You have to take action that you feel you're okay so far as this matter is concerned. So be free to discuss your matter. I am not here to interfere in your matter. I am only here to guide you to discuss your problem and solve your problem yourself. So you have to take charge. That's you empower the parties that are concerned in conflict. Do you understand? That's number one. So another key concept here is recognition. Recognition. That is fostering mutual understanding and respect can change the dynamics of the relationship. Recognition. Acknowledge someone's position and dignity. Who is this? I cannot come low. I cannot come that low to be discussing with this low class, low. Who is this person? Do you understand? You know, once you are not able to recognize and acknowledge one's dignity, it becomes a problem. Do you understand? So, for you to be able to foster mutual understanding, you must recognize the existence of that person and the importance of that person. Even if by comparison, the person is not up to anything to you, but you can give him his own respect. Do you understand? The person may not be educated like you, but don't say, look at this, I cannot be discussing with illiterate people. No. So far as the matter is concerned, sir, let's discuss it. I am ever willing. What's the challenge? And then we discuss it. Do you understand? So that is it. Interest-based negotiation theory. Interest-based negotiation theory. The theory emphasizes understanding and addressing the interests behind positions. That's when people say, this is my position. Then your interest here is to know what is the interest behind this position. All right? What is this person? What is his interest that is taking this position? This stand. This stand, does it just mean nothing? It means something. What is the position of this? What is this man actually? What made him to arrive at this decision? Right? Someone withdrew from contesting a particular. You want to know what's the interest? Why do you withdraw? So you are looking at the interest-based negotiation theory. Okay, now let's look at some key concepts. Problem-solving approach focuses on collaborative solutions that meet the needs of all parties involved. Do you understand? Problem-solving approach. Problem-solving approach. So creating options encourages brainstorming multiple options before deciding on the. That is, you are not just focusing on one option. You are bringing many options that you can variation. Do you understand? If this one did not go away, you go with another one. Do you understand? So this is what is involved. Very important. So let's look at conflict resolution theory. Conflict resolution what theory? This broad theory encompasses various methods and approaches to resolving conflicts. All right. This is what the theory is focusing itself on, looking at all those broad processes that you can take to resolve conflict. So what are the key concepts here? Understanding root causes. Understanding what? Root causes. Effective resolution involves addressing the underlying issues that leads to conflicts. Understanding root causes. For you to be able to resolve conflict, you must understand the root cause of that conflict. We have in conflict analysis, we have a tool called conflict tree. Conflict tree. That is this particular conflict to help you to understand the cause and effect. That's the causal effect relationship. Do you understand? Of a particular problem. That is, you carry, a tree now. You have, all of us know trees now. You have tree in your house. Then you have the branches, you have the stem, you have the root. Do you understand? So when we are resolving conflict, if we are using this particular tool, you identify the core problem, and then you look at the root causes of this core problem, and then you look at the branches, which are the effects. What are the effects of this problem? Do you understand? So we're saying that for you to be able to deal with and handle conflict, resolve conflict is for you to understand the root causes of the conflict. That's number one. Number two is long-term solution. Don't just look at the immediate solution. Look at the long-term solutions. you may have different options, like we say before. You have different options like the middle term, the immediate, that is the short term, the middle term, and the long term solution. So, long term solution, don't just look at solving the immediate problem, no, but how can we make sure that this problem is not uh, reoccurring or resurfacing itself? Do you understand? So, look at long term solution. Aim for solutions that prevent future disputes by improving relationship and communications. So let's look at restorative justice theory. Restorative what? Justice theory. This theory focuses on repairing harm and restoring relationships rather than punishing offenders. This theory did what? Focuses on repairing harm and restoring relationship rather than punishing the offenders. Who are the offenders? Someone did something wrong to you, but instead of punishing, what do? You try to maybe correct, you try to advise, you try to do this one. That's sometimes restorative justice. And then sometimes you just bring what back. Maybe somebody destroys something, you can just replace it and then tell them, please, next time don't destroy this thing. Do you understand? Restorative justice theory. So, what are the key concepts here? Involvement of what? Victims and offenders. Involvement of what? Victims and offenders. Encourages dialogue and understanding between affected parties. Someone offend you, but or someone did something wrong to you, you still bring the person back together, apologize. And apologize, you apologize, and then the relationship continues. Restorative justice theory, right? So, involvement of victims and offenders. Apologize, and then you see there's a restorative community engagement. Community engagement emphasizes the role of the community in supporting what? In supporting healing and resolutions. So, community engagement emphasizes the role of the community in supporting healings and resolution. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So, how many theories have we discussed? How many do you grab? We have discussed about 7 theories. About how many theories? 7 theories. Can we do a recap of those theories? Can we do a recap? We talk about the negotiation theory. We talk about what? The mediation theory. We talk about what? The transformation theory. We talk about the arbitration theory. We talk about the conflict resolution theory. We talk about the restorative justice theory. We talk about the what? So many of them. So you can mention 7. Good, 7 of them. Very 7 of them. Are we together now? So now, if we ask you to, so today you know that we have mediation theory. Today you know that we have negotiation theory. Today you know that you have conflict resolution theory. Today you know that you have a restorative justice theory. All right. So now, if somebody talks about these things, you will not be confused. You also know some of the keywords that apply when you are talking about each of them. All right. I hope you have not forgotten integrative bargaining. I hope you are not forgetting distributive bargaining. So when you see this kind of term somewhere, Then when you see an action that has to do with, you know, distributed bargaining, you should know it. When you know a discussion that is focusing towards integrative bargaining, you should know. Are we together? Yes, I can see that some of you are mentioning it. That's good. That's good. I love that. I love that. So some of you are mentioning it already. So I love that. I love that. Negotiation, arbitration. That's a good one. So it means that you are following. That's one of the principles uh, of what, that's the qualities of what, active listening. That's the qualities of active listening. For those of you that did emotional intelligence, I think you understand what I'm talking about. Active listening. that is what it means. So let's look at it. Let's move forward. Let's look at the last thing for today. We're going to look at the last part of module 1, unit 2 today. So what are we looking at? ADR as a complement to the legal system. ADR as a complement to the legal system. ADR as a complement to the legal system. How does the ADR complement the legal system? In what ways do ADR complement the legal system? You understand? In what way do ADR complement the legal system? Alternative dispute resolution serve as a valuable complement to the traditional legal system, offering several benefits that enhance the overall dispute resolution and landscape. So let's look at some of those ways, in what we, in the various ways that ADR complements the legal system. One, accessibility. One is what? Accessibility. There are low barriers. Low barriers. Do you understand? We have there are low barriers. That is, it is ADR accessible everywhere, anywhere. You understand? Because they are not expensive, they are less expensive, so they are affordable, they are accessible. You understand? ADR processes are often more accessible than formal court proceedings, which can be intimidating and complex. Do you understand? ADR. Then, wider reach. ADR can be used for a broader range of disputes, including those that might not be suited for litigation. It's not every case that you take to court. Every matter you run to court. No. There are some that you have to settle at home. You have to settle outside of the court. Do you understand? You have to settle them outside of what? The court. So it has a wider reach, accessibility. ADRs are highly accessible and they complement the legal system, whereby you cannot, it's not easy to access the court because, one, you need a lawyer. There are some people that are rotting in prison now because they don't have a lawyer. Do you understand? Because, one, maybe they don't have money to hire a lawyer. Two, they don't even know how to go about it. You understand? So it's a problem. Well, where ADR are working, they are highly accessible everywhere. And then they complement the legal system. We are so many people if the ADR is functioning in our country here, for instance, now, many people are not supposed to be in prison. Many people are not supposed to be in prison. Do you understand? But because the ADR is not functioning in our system very well, so it becomes a problem. Cost effectiveness. Cost effectiveness. ADR reduces cost. ADR processes typically incur lower costs compared to litigation, which can involve expensive legal fees, court costs, and other related expenses. In ADR, you will pay just little fees to either the arbitrator or mediator or negotiator. And then the matter is solved. But want to go and get a lawyer, eh? Okay. There are so many charges. You understand? It's also resource allocation. Parties can resolve dispute without the lengthy and costly nature of court trials, allowing them to allocate resources more efficiently. Yes. When it's not convenient to come, you say, today I'm not buoyant enough to come for the meeting. Maybe we'll meet next time when so that you're not putting yourself under pressure. Some people will go and borrow just because they want to go to court. You understand? You borrow money to go to court. Some borrow with the hope that when I win the election, when I win the case, I will claim damages. Then what if you lose? Because there's the possibility and the probability of you losing. So what if you lose? What becomes of the situation? All right? Speed and efficiency. Another way that ADR complements legal system is what? Speed and efficiency, whereby the court proceedings are so much lengthy and long and, you know, are prolonged. ADR are very speedy and efficient. Do you understand? So ADR processes generally resolve dispute more quickly than the often prolonged court processes. You understand? So timely outcomes. You settle your matters timely, and then you move on. You move on. No wasting. That is, you are not sleeping with your eye open. That I have a court case that is not yet addressed. Do you understand? So you want to have your nights rest with both of your eyes closed. Then engage the instrumentality of ADR. You will sleep and close your eyes. You are not under any form of pressure. Do you understand? You're not under any form of pressure at all. But in the court, you don't know. You sleep with your one eye open. Why? Because court case never end, and you are wondering whether it will end in your favor or not. Flexibility, tailored solutions. ADR allow parties to create customized solutions that may not be available through the rigid framework of the legal system. Because after you follow the rigid legal system, once the pronouncement is announced, it's for the person that have the most argument, the strong argument, or the strong evidence, and not about the concern and the interest of the parties involved. It doesn't matter. But in AGR, there's that place of flexibility, and you can tailor certain things to fit your need. Very variety of processes. Parties can choose from mediation, arbitration, negotiation, or other forms of ADR based on their specific needs. So you are not just depending on what the court pronounce, but you have other aspects. You have other aspects. Do you understand? You have other aspects. That is, you are not just you are not just limited to a particular option. You have several options that you can choose from. Is it an arbitrator you want to use? Is it a mediator you want to engage? You have that option available for you to use. Do you understand? So that's what it means. You have that option available for you to use. Preservation of relationship. Preservation of what? Relationship. Also, another complementary card that ADR play in support of the legal system is the preservation of relationship. Collaborative approach. ADR often promotes a more collaborative and cooperative atmosphere, which can help preserve relationship, especially in disputes involving family, business partners, or neighbors. You finish the conflict, you continue with business, trading together. Do you understand? Because of course, in the course of your business transaction, there may be misunderstanding. So you end business relationship because of misunderstanding. No. After you finish, let's forge ahead and do business better. Except that kind of conflict that threatens your life and your existence. In that way, maybe you can choose never to continue with the relationship. But what ADR does most is that they preserve relationship in most cases. All right, they preserve relationship. Focus on interest. It focus on interest, the interest of the parties involved, and not the position of the law. Focus on interest and not the position of the law. Confidentiality, private proceedings. ADR processes are typically confidential, allowing parties to discuss sensitive issues without public scrutiny. Without public what scrutiny? That is, you can discuss anything because you are in enclosed cycle. You discuss something, just discuss whatever you want to discuss without being afraid. So far as the people that you are involved are people that you can trust, that your matter remains with them and it does with them. So you have nothing to be afraid of. Protection of reputation. Protection of what? Reputation. So your reputation is also being preserved because nobody's going to go and talk bad about you so that you isn't all this person that we used to look. So some people we don't need to be respecting them. So is this person? So this thing that I'm talking about is this man. No. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't. I don't know that this man can do something like this. No. Because all the respect I used to give him from today dropped. I'm not giving him that kind of respect. He doesn't deserve. He doesn't deserve any iota of respect from me. I'm not going to give any single respect. That man, I never knew that he's the one who. That's how we talk. I get a point now. So, but in ATR, your reputation is kept, protected, and preserved. ATR. See, ATR is good. Let's begin to practice ADR. Let's open up. But this is one way we can be able to practice ADR. By the time we have this training and people have knowledge, they have certification, they begin to do things that, encourage, begin to carry out advocacy for ADR. Do you understand? Organize advocacy. Let's carry out advocacy. After this training, people should form groups and begin to advocate for ADR instead of going to court. That people should begin to use people that are trained to resolve their problem instead of taking every matter to court. No, our courts are overloaded and they are overburdened. Do you understand? Courts are overloaded and overburdened. Do you understand? So what do? Let's begin to embrace ADR. Come, let's look at the problem. Let's just bring your problem to us. I am a certified ADR practitioner. All right, bring your problem. We help you to solve your problem. Don't go to court. Court will waste your time. Court will take so much money from you. Do you understand? Let's begin to advocate for this. Let's organize advocacy for this and advance ADR in our system so that people will not go and talk in the court of law. They will just go there every day, court pronounce adjournment 6 months. What's the meaning of that? 6 month adjournment. There are some people in police says they are not even in prison. Police say because there's nothing that take and no nothing. It's not supposed to be. ATR will help to solve some of this problem and reduce, complement quotes. You understand? Complement quotes. Take take people out of court and then let them come and settle some problem. Sometimes court may even ask you to go and settle out of court. Do you understand? Go and settle this matter out of court. Because it's a matter that should have been settled out of court and you are bringing it to court. Court will still ask you, go and settle out of court. In most cases, in many cases, we have seen that, right? Let's, so, empowerment of parties. Empowerment of what parties? Control over outcomes. ADR allow parties to take active role in shaping the resolution. Informed decision. We help parties to make informed decision because they have so many, because of conversation, they discuss and understand their problem. They dialogue. People dialogue and find out what is their main problem. And so they are not taking decision on assumption. They know what they want based on their discussion. Do you understand? They know what they want, so they can make informed decisions. They can make informed decisions. All right. So that's what it means. So now let's look at the final one, reducing court burdens. I mentioned this in while I was explaining something else, but this ADR reduces what? Court burdens. The court here are so overburdened. Every small thing to court, land dispute to court, uh, property dispute to court, uh, trade issue to court. Everything will go to court. So that's why the court is really tired, overloaded. Lawyers and judges confused. Which case are we going to even do? So they end up focusing on those cases that can pay them. And the ones that are not going to pay, keep them there, let them be there. Do you understand? Let them be there. Let them be there. Why we look at the ones that can pay us so, you know, political matters are straight, sharply settled. Do you understand? Political matters are settled, but other matters, there are some criminal matters that are still criminalizing in the court, in the prisons. They have not reached the face of the court yet. Criminal matters are still, civil matters are there, but political matters are being attended to with high speed of alacrity. Do you understand? Because you know your guess as much as my own, Abby. So, but we can reduce this burden. That is, if the FDRs is being seen here as a complementary instrument, it can reduce the burdens that is upon our court system. Do you understand? And that is one of the complementary roles that ADR plays. So, do you learn something today? What did you learn? We learned about the principles of ADR, right? Principles. And we have discussed various principles. We discussed about the theories. We discussed ways in which ADR complement what? Complement the legal system. So now, if I ask you, what are the principles of ADR, or what are the principles that guide the ADR operation, I hope you can be able to mention some. Neutrality, confidentiality. I hope you can mention as a good number of them. If I talk about the theories of ADR, I think you So that's what we're talking about. So I hope you have learned something today, and I hope you share it with somebody else also to learn something to just come and join us. So by tomorrow, we are going to print. People are still filling the form. By tomorrow, we are going to print the names of those that have filled the forms. So those of you that we will show you something so that you understand. Because by the time we see we are about 900 or so that apply, but people that are joining training now they are less than, oh, they are 100, just roughly 100 and above. So and that is not what it is. So even in the group, people are more than that. They are not joining. Some are waiting that we drop the manual. We're not dropping the manual like that. Even the manual, are going to be selective. We dropped those that have been consistent in attending trainings. So it's going to be like that. We'll not just drop it in a group like that. Anybody who doesn't want to be part of what we are doing, nobody's forcing you for it. So don't just bother yourself. Rather than just playing like that. Yes, if you have network challenges, it can be understood. You can tell us, we know that, okay, you have network challenges, but you don't just sit there and then expect that you have material and go and write the exam. It doesn't work that way. If it's like that, we would have just sent the manual to you, go and read, and then come and write the exams. You understand? So, but that's it. So, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Uh, I don't know that people have questions. Let me check the comment section. If I see any questions, I may attend to answer the question before we call it a day. Okay. Do we have any question? Even ADR can deal with issues of criminalities. Yes, of course, and deal with those issues. Although, yes, our quota overloaded. And somebody is asking, what cases can be taken to court and which one should be resolved with ADR ahead? You know, so yesterday we talked about, okay, we were not in the first class. Maybe you should go and listen to our first meeting. When you listen to that meeting, you will understand what we're talking about here. There are like political cases. Sometimes maybe someone lose an election and then maybe take the matter to court. This one you cannot settle with ADR. Do you understand? Because it's a matter of someone's feeling that his mandate has been stolen. So it's the court matter. So political matters go to court. But you can have family disputes, business, commercial disputes, labor-related issues, disputes, and other community matters can be solved, and ADR can be deployed. You understand? Even some criminal, like somebody mentioned, even some criminal cases, ADR can be able to handle. There are some very few ones that have to do with maybe terrorism, or that has to do with killings, that has to do with kidnappings, that ADR may have some limitation, but there are some criminal, somebody steal a goat. Somebody steal a goat, we can use the restorative justice system. Do you understand? One aspect is restorative. We talk about it just now, restorative. Do you understand? To just restore what person has stolen, collect the goat, give to the owner, and then take this person. Don't have that problem. But some people will take it to court. Some people, it's not supposed to be so. Because somebody steal a goat. Some of those kind of small misbehavior, it's not even criminalizing misbehavior can be corrected. It's not good. And next time, don't do it. You can use ADR and handle all those things. And there may be forgiveness and the restoration of relationship, no issue. Can be settled quietly. You still got, they will tie goat on your neck and they are shouting in the public. Why somebody stole billions of naira and is running away with it? Nobody's saying anything. You understand? So ATR can help to resolve some of those minor minorities. Those things are not criminality. Some of them are misbehavior. Somebody still go to say misbehavior. It's a matter of you go there and collect the goat, give to the owner. Oh, and if the person says goat, go buy a goat, give to the owner, and let him not do this thing again. Do you understand? It settles. Just once you discuss, you can be able to settle those things. They are misbehaviors, not criminal activities. I don't know that I answer your questions. I don't know that I answer your questions. So, but that is what it means. So someone is asking, can't we have ADR rooms in every police station and prison? People are seriously wasting in sales and in jail. That's why I say after this training, now some of you, of course, by the virtue of this training, you are learning something. Do you understand? This is something new, something that you didn't know before. Now we can form advocacy. Do you understand? We can form advocacy and then take these issues to the to IG. Do you understand? The Inspector General of Police. We can take it to his office. We can, as a body, we can come together, right, and requesting that ADR department or unit should be established in every police station or every police division. Do you understand? So, but the problem is that we don't have people that have knowledge in ADR. So many of them don't have. Or what we can do, maybe we can even write to police station, police IG. Let's create a department in police force. Let's have some police officers that will be trained, that will specialize in ADR. Do you understand? We can train. We can train them, specialize. This is your specialization in ADR. So you handle some cases that don't need to waste time there when they come. Who are the ADR practitioners? Come here, look at this issue. Is the issue that you can handle? If not the issue I can handle, send him to say if it's not something that if something you can handle, address it and let's discharge it. Do you understand? So so it's possible. So it's a matter of advocacy. Do you understand? It's a matter of advocacy. We can form advocacy, approach the police authorities and see the possibility of it. And I believe that it will work. It will work. So it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. And as I'm speaking, maybe there are some police officers here. If you are here, you can help us champion the advocacy. Do you understand? If you're a policewoman, a policeman here, you can help us to champion the advocacy. And I think it's going to be possible. Do you understand? It's possible. You can try to collaborate with us. You champion it, collaborate with us, and we back you up and see that that is done. We'll make ourselves available. If it's a matter of training, if they want to give an excuse that we don't have so many experts in this field here, then we say we are available, we can train them. Do you understand? We'll say, yes, we are available, we can train them. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So it's not an issue at all. It's not an issue. Please, Daniel, come. It's not an issue. It can be done. You see? So it can be done. It's okay. So in absence of any other question, let's call it a day. We'll see tomorrow, same time by 7 p.m. Tomorrow by 7, we'll be meeting again. Thank you very much and have a wonderful night rest. Bye.